Don't let yourself become weak, especially when life is constantly challenging you. Do you feel like you're bearing too much? The struggles don't stop, and sometimes you just want to give up. But this is exactly the moment when you have the chance to prove you're not someone who can easily be knocked down. Life is never simple, and if you keep being weak, you'll stay behind. So how do you stand firm, be resilient, and strong no matter what happens? Strength isn't a gift, it's a choice. A choice to not give up, to not let difficulties control you. If you don't want to be defeated, you have to learn to control yourself and master every situation. Strength is not something that's given to you. It's the result of the challenges you face and the determination to never give up. You can do this, and right now is the time to start. Hit the subscribe button and follow us to immediately discover 6 ways to become cooler and stronger in the next part. Trust me, after watching this video, you'll feel an immediate change, stronger and more decisive than ever in facing any challenge life throws at you. 1. Stay calm in the face of insults. Don't let others' words make you lose control. Maybe you've felt like you've been stabbed in the heart by a sharp comment from someone. Oh man, that really sucks, doesn't it? Especially when you're trying to stay calm and handle everything rationally. But then a sudden comment makes you feel like the world is falling apart. But do you know? Insults are an unavoidable part of life. People will always find ways to criticize you, sometimes because they're jealous, sometimes because they want to challenge you, or just because they lack confidence. But what really matters is how you respond to those words. That's what determines your strength. Imagine this. You're in a tense situation and someone throws an insult your way. Your first emotion might be anger, wanting to react immediately. But I'm telling you, if you do that, you've lost. Because you're letting someone else's emotions control you. You won't be strong if you let words affect you like that. Why is that? Because staying calm in the face of insults is the real display of resilience. Don't let others control your emotions. You have the power to decide your response, and that shows real maturity and strength. Can someone hurt you? No, only your thoughts about it can hurt you. Really, that's the truth. Only you can decide if that insult affects you. If you don't react immediately, but instead stay calm, take a deep breath, and ask yourself if that comment really matters, you'll realize that silence is a powerful weapon. Silence isn't just not saying anything. It's how you show that no one can control you. Others can attack you, but you'll never let them bring you down if you don't let them into your mind. The feeling you get when you respond coldly to an insult is a feeling of power. At that moment, you're not only stronger, but you're also showing others that you're not someone who can easily be defeated. That's pretty strong, right? You won't need to say a word, just the silence, and others will realize your invincibility. So, will you choose to react with anger, or will you let calmness be your powerful weapon? Remember, strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you learn through facing challenges. You can do it, and you'll get stronger every day. 2. Observe before acting. Oh, have you ever felt this way? A tense situation, emotions running high, and in that moment, you just want to speak out, act immediately to fix everything. Maybe you've been in that situation before, and I know that feeling. But here's the most important thing you need to remember. Don't rush to act. Take a moment to observe first. You've probably heard the saying, be patient before acting. That's right, it's not just empty advice. It's one of the things that helps you become truly strong. Strength isn't about acting right away or doing anything just because you feel like you have to. Strength is about knowing when to pause and observe everything around you. Imagine this. You're in a heated argument, maybe with a colleague, a family member, or even in a situation that's out of control. Feeling like you want to react immediately is completely normal. But Have you ever thought that if you pause for a moment, allow yourself to feel and observe everything around you, you'll understand better? Because only when you observe, you'll be able to see the full picture. And then, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's really going on. Do you remember a time when you acted too quickly and then later felt regret? I'm sure you have. Think about a time when you reacted too fast because of a misunderstanding or because something made you rush. All you needed at that time was a little time to observe, to look at things from a different perspective. I've been in a similar situation. A colleague of mine said something that made me immediately angry. I felt I had to respond right away. But instead of saying anything immediately, I decided to just stand still and take a deep breath. I didn't rush into a decision, didn't let my emotions control me. As a result, when I calmed down, I realized that not everything my colleague said was wrong. I had misunderstood part of it. In fact, if I had reacted too quickly, things might have turned out differently. This is crucial. When you can observe instead of rushing to act, you'll avoid unnecessary mistakes. You'll be able to master your emotions, understand the situation better, and make better decisions. That's how you become strong and cold in the face of life's challenges. Never forget, if you know when to stop and observe, you're not only controlling the situation, but you're also controlling yourself. Coldness and strength don't come from reacting immediately, but from the ability to maintain your composure and act thoughtfully. When facing a challenge, try pausing for a second. Spend a few seconds in silence to observe, to feel the situation. You'll see something miraculous. When you observe, you truly control everything. 3. Letting go of unnecessary burdens. Oh, have you ever felt like you're carrying a weight that's just too heavy? Negative emotions, wounds, or unhappy memories keep swirling around, dragging you down. It's like carrying a backpack full of stones. And you might be thinking, what am I supposed to do about this? Am I really supposed to keep carrying this forever? The truth is, if you don't let go, it will only get heavier. But letting go doesn't mean you're weak or don't care about those things. On the contrary, letting go is how you regain your strength, not allowing the past to pull you back. In fact, if you want to become stronger, you need to know how to release the unnecessary burdens. Take a moment to stop, look back, and ask yourself, are these emotions really worth holding on to? Remember, not every negative emotion or thought needs to stay with you. In fact, the more you hold on to them, the more you're trapped in the past, stuck with things you can't change. And you don't want that, do you? Sure, letting go isn't always easy, but you'll be surprised at how much lighter and freer you'll feel once you start doing it. Letting go isn't about forgetting everything. It's about choosing not to let it control you anymore. You have the power to decide what will affect your life and what won't. For example, if someone has hurt you, you don't need to carry anger or resentment inside. Forgiveness isn't about forgiving that person. It's about forgiving yourself. Forgiving to free yourself from those negative emotions, so you don't have to carry them in every step you take. Start small. Write down the feelings that weigh you down. Then ask yourself if they're really worth holding on to. When you focus on the positive things, channel your energy into new goals and interests, you'll find that life becomes so much lighter. Try it once. Put down the burdens you don't need. When you do, you not only free yourself from the past, but also create space for new, better things. And don't worry, you'll be stronger, much more confident when you decide not to let the old things hold you back. Remember, no one can continue their journey if they're carrying a backpack full of stones. You deserve to soar high, and to do that, you need to know how to let go of what no longer helps you move forward. Let go to become stronger, so nothing can hold you back. This is also essential in helping you become resilient and unshaken in the face of life's challenges. 4. Stop wasting time on meaningless things. Have you ever felt like you're wasting a whole day on things that don't really matter? Like scrolling through endless social media, watching pointless arguments, or thinking about things that won't change anything. The truth is, oh man, you're not the only one. We all fall into that trap at times. But the problem is, time is limited. Life isn't forever, and you'll never get back the moments you've lost. So why waste time on things that don't matter? Really, time is the most valuable asset you have. And when you realize that, when you truly understand that you don't live forever, you'll learn to appreciate every moment. It's not always easy, but once you understand the value of time, you'll automatically know how to prioritize what truly matters in life. I get it. There are times we get easily sucked into trivial things, but you can always change your direction. You don't have to spend hours on things that bring no value to you. Just focus on what really matters. How can you recognize that? Try starting with the smallest things. For example, instead of scrolling through hundreds of social media posts, take the time to read a good book, learn something new, or simply take a little time for yourself to think about your goals. When you start doing that, you'll find that each day you live feels so much more meaningful. Apply the 80/20 rule, meaning you'll only spend time on things that bring the most value. Ask yourself, which of the things I'm doing today really matter? Which will help me get closer to my goals? Let go of the things that don't matter, that have no impact on your growth. Don't let trivial things steal your precious time. Remember, you can't control everything in life, but you can completely control how you spend your time. And when you know how to use your time wisely and purposefully, you'll become so much stronger. At that point, not only will you face adversity with a calm mind, but you'll also have the strength to overcome it all, because you know every single moment counts. 5. Stay calm in the face of emotional storms. Don't let emotional storms sweep everything you have away. Do you know that what really causes us anxiety isn't the event itself, but how we perceive it? Sounds simple, right? But in reality, it's incredibly important. Oh no! Every time life throws you into stressful situations, it feels like everything is falling apart. But if you know how to face it calmly, you'll realize that everything can be resolved. Imagine stress like a massive storm. That storm can be intense, making you feel like you can't do anything. But you can take control of it. Instead of panicking, grab your umbrella of calm and stand firm. Oh my, it really is that way. If you panic, you won't see the way out. But if you stay calm, you'll realize the storm will pass, and you'll still be standing. What's important here is calmness. You might ask yourself, how can I stay calm in such stressful situations? It's very simple. Focus on the present. Don't let yourself get caught up in thoughts about the future or things that haven't happened yet. Take a deep breath, feel your breathing, and you'll find yourself regaining calm. The feeling at that moment will be amazing, because when your mind is soothed, you'll have the clarity to find solutions. Also, don't forget that you've overcome many challenges before, and you will do it again now. That's why you can remind yourself, I've been through so many storms, this one is no different. Don't forget, every storm will eventually pass. What matters is that you stand firm and learn to face it wisely. And when you do that, you'll find yourself stronger than ever before. Remember that calmness is not weakness, but an inner strength. Facing adversity with calmness is how you maintain your values in life. Take control of yourself, and every storm will pass. 6. Live without needing to explain everything. Oh, do you really feel exhausted from having to explain everything to others? Have you ever asked yourself, why do I have to justify my decisions? Oh my, really, life doesn't always need an explanation, right? Sometimes you just act and let the results speak for themselves, and that's enough. Take a moment and think about the times you've had to explain your decisions, from the big stuff to the small stuff. Have you ever felt like you're trapped in the cycle of trying to please others? Why did you do that? This question sometimes keeps ringing in your ears, making you feel like you don't have the right to live the way you want. Oh no, don't let that make you weak. That's exactly the trap life is pushing you into. Do you feel tired of always having to explain every action, every thought? Each time you do, you're weakening your inner strength. You have the right to live without explaining everything to everyone around you. Why? Because when you're doing the right thing, no one can drag you into a pointless justification. And if you're doing the wrong thing, no explanation can save you. Ask yourself, who am I living for? Are you living to please others, or are you living to truly do what's best for yourself? Don't let others control your life. If you're always worried about what others think, you'll lose yourself. So, are you ready to step out of this vicious circle? Learn to refuse to explain yourself when it's not necessary. Not everyone deserves a reason from you. Live strong, confidently with your decisions. Your actions will prove everything without needing to say a word. Remember, don't let pointless explanations make you weak. Life is about living for yourself. Don't let other people's egos confuse you. Take action and let the results speak for themselves. Your life is yours, and no one has the right to ask you to explain why you do what you do. So, are you ready? It's time to live stronger, colder, and let every decision speak for its value. So, are you ready? It's time to live stronger, colder, and let every decision speak for its value. Don't be weak. Living without explaining everything, without letting others' opinions control you, is one of the strongest ways to build inner strength and protect yourself from adversity. When you don't have to justify every action, you've regained control of your life, and that's the first step to becoming cold and strong in the face of life's challenges.